All right. Good evening, everyone. That wasn't bad. Y'all sort of listened. Welcome. My name is Dina Kretzer. I'm an Executive Regional Vice President with Arvon International. And Connolly, where are you? Connolly is a Regional Vice President with Arvon. And this is, for those of you who are guests who don't know us from Adam, this is our combined regions meeting that we do on the first Tuesday of every month. And if you are a guest and wondering what do we do at these Arvon meetings, there are two main purposes. In the first part of the meeting, we share some solid facts about Arvon, about the company, about the products, about our business model, and from our experience with this. And just let you have a better glimpse into the heart of Arvon and what it has to offer you. And then the second part is for recognition for consultants for their work and accomplishments in the preceding month, and we have a lot of recognition, as those of you who have been on Facebook have probably already gotten a little hint of. So I am going to cut all words from me because there are two amazing consultants, amazing friends of mine who I would never have met in a million years apart from this business who are going to share the opportunity with you tonight. And the first is Executive Area Manager. Why don't you just come up here as I call your name if you're listening. Executive Area Manager Jessie Collier. And it's just an awesome leader for her team. In fact, Jeanette, come on, because I can say the same things about both of you. This is Executive District Manager Jeanette Stoneman, who, as you probably know, is in qualification for area. I know we're going to recognize you in a little bit, but I just have to say that. So, along with Dottie, along with Anne, where are you? Okay, there we go. And we will do real recognition, but I just had to mention that. Both of these two, just the definition of taking ownership of their business from day one. They both work hard, they're both focused, they're consistent, they care about other people, which is why they are what you do. And that's just why you attract such wonderful people to you, why you're doing so well. And I bet you want me to get out of here. You hop right up here, and I am excited to listen. Somebody can sit in here. Thank you. Julie J, come sit. That's me.
I do have my notes. No notes. Jeanette's a rock star and can do it from her head, but me, I like my notes. Okay, so my name is Jessie Collier. I'm Executive Area Manager and Independent Consultant with Arvon International. And, tonight I'm supposed to share my story, my why, but I want to make it perfectly clear that this is not about me. It's not about us. This is about you and what this opportunity can do for you. So I'll share my story. Jeanette will share her story, but only as an example of what is possible. My only request for the next hour is that you keep an open mind. Everyone's journey is different, and we're all called to greatness. I challenge you to really explore what yours is. So before staying at home with my kids, I got my MBA and was working full-time as the national rep for a Fortune 500 company. I faced the same decision that every woman who's pregnant faces. Do I keep working and spend half my income on daycare for someone else to spend the time that I really want to spend with my kids? Or do I give up my income and stay home with my kids? My husband and I had decided that I would stay home when we got pregnant. So fast forward 3 years, I had this really annoying mommy guilt. I love my kids, but I was going nuts. I wanted to do more and make an even bigger difference in the world outside of my home and actually have some adult conversation. What you think about, you bring about. I believe that wholeheartedly. And then I met Dina at a MOPS group, and out of 40 women, how would she know that I was in this spot looking and searching for more? She asked if I had ever thought about doing something like this, to which I said absolutely not. But that one question have you ever thought about doing something like this? Changed my life forever. And I didn't really appreciate it fully until now. My mind was quick to come up with all the reasons why I couldn't do this. So some of them, and you might relate, does this thing really actually work? I don't know anyone in Richmond because we just moved here. I've never run a business. I don't want to be pushy. I don't have time. My husband travels all the time, and I don't have any family in town to watch my kids. And the final kicker, surprise, you're pregnant with number 3. Then my girlfriend Jen passed away at 33 weeks pregnant. That makes you think about life from a different perspective. We only have one life, so we have to really make it count. Do you know why you were put here on this earth? And if the answer is no, are you on a path to really figure that out? So here are some lessons that I've learned so far from my Arbonne journey. You are enough. We are all capable of so much more than we ever thought possible. We can change lives and make a difference in someone's life. It's not about us. Can I get an amen? Loving people is the most important thing that we are called to do. Memories are more important than collecting things, although the jewelry is pretty nice. Greatness happens outside of our comfort zone. Fear and faith cannot coexist. And most of the things we're afraid of are barriers to fulfilling what God has called us to do. My journey is my journey, and comparing to others is pointless, and we are not in control. I don't have everything figured out, by all means, but I do have hope for a life lived by design and on purpose, full of choices, and retiring my husband so we can travel the world with our kids on mission, sharing hope for the lost, feeding the hungry, and saving lives. We don't know what's going to happen. I didn't start my business with any real need. My husband makes good money. We were fine. Fine. I hate that word. Then there's cancer. Cancer has struck our family, and it sucks. My mother-in-law was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer with a maximum life expectancy of 5 years. With my husband as the sole breadwinner, right now he has to work, and he only gets 2 weeks of vacation. What a shame it would be for him to miss that time with his mom, living with the regret that he couldn't be with her because he had to work. By giving up a couple hours of TV each week and working during nap time, what a gift it will be that my husband will be able to spend time with his mom, because this business allowed me to retire my husband from his 9 to 5. To anyone on the outside looking in, this looks like a cute little lipstick business. But for those of us on the inside, we know that this business is life-changing and helps us become the best version of ourselves. What's that worth to you? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So don't be insane. And with that, one of the biggest gifts of this business are the friendships that we've made, and this one is no exception. You're welcome. It is your turn.
Oh my gosh, you're so nervous. You had your notes and you're so organized.
Shush, you do awesome without notes.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I just well, I don't know how I'm going to go after that, but I loved hearing what you had to say. You're welcome.
So I just want to thank everyone for coming today, of course, and for all the guests that are here. And just bear with me, I'm a little nervous since I don't have notes right now. But my name is Jeanette Stoneman, for those of you that don't know me. I'm an Executive District Manager with Arbonne International. I'm a mom to 4. They range in age from 9 all the way to 4. And I am a lucky gal. I married my best friend, too. So I'm a jack of all trades. I not only do this amazing business called Arbonne, but I also work in the fitness world. So by day, I'm a fitness instructor, and by night, I work at a restaurant. And never in a million years did I picture myself doing a business like Arbonne. I didn't wake up and say, I'm going to be in network marketing today. Woo! No, that didn't happen. But I love being in Arbonne. Let me get back to where I was, sorry. So I'm a jack of all trades. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm blanking out. I'm so nervous. I just never pictured myself doing one of these businesses. I was really petrified of what my friends would think of me. I truly was. And my degree's in biology, so I don't have any sales experience, even though I've been in the restaurant world for over 20 years, so that will tell you my age, 20 years in the restaurant world. But I can tell you that I was very unhappy being in the restaurant industry. I love the people, but as my children were growing, my time was needed more at night. My husband not only works his 9 to 5, but he started having to shuffle 4 kids around between ballet, other dance formats as well, taekwondo, gymnastics, and the kids wanted to add more activity on, but we couldn't. We had to tell them no because of my nights. And I can also tell you, I started general managing a restaurant at the age of 24. So I work every night, weekend, and holiday. So all the fun days that you guys have off, I get to work. I haven't had a Mother's Day off with my kids ever. I work Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day too. So I've had enough of that, and I was kind of stuck. I was really stuck at a place. I started getting depressed because I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong for those of you that work 9 to 5s, but I've had the freedom of having my days off because I work nights. So I wasn't going to trade that in for the world. I love volunteering at the schools and having that time. And I knew I couldn't go back to school. I already have a degree. It's in biology. What's another degree going to serve me? It's just going to put our family more in debt. So I loved Arbonne products. Connolly knew that. I got to watch her growth, guys, through a thing called Facebook. Who's on Facebook, right? So I secretly kind of admired Connolly's life. I sat from afar and just watched her. And I watched her with all of her friends that, that joined the business with her. And I kind of envied that. But I was never going to go up to her and ask her, hey, can I join your business? But she, I think, knew. God sent her to me because one morning she asked me to go to get coffee. And I did. And I had all those fears and hesitations. I did. We kind of ironed them out. And one of the big things that I teach in my fitness classes is that everyone takes that first step in the door to come see me and take a class and get a great workout. But it's what you do with that step in that class that matters, right? So I had to eat my own words. And so I was like, I got to take this step and make the most out of it. And it's up to me. So I had to get out of my comfort zone to grow. And I'm just very thankful because I was really looking for 3 things when it came to Arbonne. One of them was being able to earn a 6-figure income alongside what I was doing. And I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to own my own business, but I'm almost 40, and I've seen many of my friends start a business and fail. 90% of them do, okay? It's a huge overhead. So I was happy that I could be my own boss for $79. You can't beat that. $79, I'm in. And then the third thing is I wanted to save for retirement. I needed a residual income. And I also wanted to save for my 4 children to go to college. I wanted that to be a gift for them. And that was not going to happen working in the restaurant world. So I am just very, very grateful because when I joined this business a year ago, it only took me 9 months to be able to step down as a manager at Bookbinders. And I'm still there, though. I love the networking. It's a great tool. But I was able to step down. But the amazing people that I've met on this journey, I have never met a more incredible group of inspiring people that I have in this business. And that's anywhere in life. You guys are the most just loving and giving. You meet so many loving, giving people in this company. I mean, I'm a female. We're all females, 2 guys in the room. But most girls are catty. We don't want to see each other succeed. But in this room, we want to see everyone succeed. So before I close, I just want you to think, I've heard this somewhere. In life, we're given a couple golden opportunities when it comes to a career decision, okay? Sometimes we know them when they're given to us, and sometimes we don't see that golden career opportunity. But I truly believe that Arbonne is one of those golden opportunities in your life. So before we finish, though, I just want you to have an open heart and an open mind. This business may or may not be a fit for you, but just have an open heart when you hear it. And then I want you to also remember that if you're a guest here today, that someone thinks really, really highly of you, because we get to pick and choose who we work with. So they must think that you're very inspiring and that you have this amazing, incredible, positive energy around you. So they saw that spark in you, and it's up to you to ignite that spark. Okay? And that's it, my friends.
Now, on to the meat and potatoes. Okay, so, most people don't look at this because they want to have another hobby, because hobbies cost money, right? So we want to actually make money while we do this, and that's really what we're going to go over first, and that's our compensation plan. So there are only 4 levels of management in Arbonne, and the first is district manager, where you make an average of around $1,500 a month, and we can show you how to do that within your first 2 to 3 months. And then there's area manager, which my friend is in qualification for. And this is the level where you make an average of $3,000 a month and up. And you can do that within 5 to 11 months. And the awesome thing about this, which I was never offered in my corporate jobs ever, was that I can will my income for 2 generations as well. So I actually went through this process with my lawyer, and my business is legitimately, legally willed to my family, which is awesome. So if something were to happen to me, then they'd continue to get my income long after I'm gone. The next level is the regional vice president level, which is the level where you get your white Mercedes. The only kicker is that it has to be white. And the average income a month is $8,000 is the Mercedes allowance that you get towards your white Mercedes of your choice. And then at national vice president, which is the last, the final level, it's an average of $22,000 or more a month. There's no glass ceiling. So you really control how much money you want to make. And I think everyone would agree it's not all about the money. That's not why we do this, but it's a pretty nice perk. And to have the financial freedom that you get at that level to do whatever you want is pretty awesome. And your Mercedes allowance is $1,000 at that level too.
All right. That's me. All right. So we're a pure, safe, beneficial option. This is the one thing that I love about Arbonne, and a lot of us are really caring about the products that we put in our body and on our skin. So we're a 35-year-old company. We're a wellness and health company. We're 100% botanically based. We're Swiss formulated, which means we are the best of the best. And I love that. But we're manufactured here in the U.S. So Swiss formulated, but we keep the jobs here in America. We're pH correct, which is very important, and we're hypoallergenic. Pediatrician and dermatologist tested. Vegan certified. We have any vegans in the room? No, but it is impartially. Some, yes. And we're eco-friendly. I'm all about our environment. We're gluten and soy free. Lots of gluten intolerances. I think a lot of people just are concerned about when they ingest gluten, but you got to remember what you put on your skin absorbs into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. So you want to make sure if you're gluten intolerant that you're putting gluten-free products on your body too. No synthetic dyes or chemical fragrances. We all know chemical fragrances sometimes mask the smell of what a product could smell like. Formulated without toxins or carcinogens, very important. No mineral oil. I know some of you probably think that's a really good word. I used to think it was a good word too. Connolly thought it was a good word too, but it isn't. Parabens, no formaldehyde, tar, lead, and the phthalates. So mineral oil is actually a byproduct, if some of our guests don't know, of gasoline. So it just acts as a saran wrap on your skin and doesn't let anything in or out of your pores. So it's really important we have products without
All right, so a word on quality. There are 3 different levels of quality when it comes to skin care. And so the first is American Beauty or American Standard. That's your grocery stores, your drug stores, for instance. Then you have your premium brand, which is the middle ground. So your department stores, GNC would be another if you're talking about the supplement world. And actually supplements are not regulated by the FDA at all in this country. So the fact that we're Swiss formulated, we follow the European directive. 1,200 at least chemicals were banned in Europe, and only 10 were banned here in the U.S. So this is the most regulated product you're going to find, especially as the nutrition line in the U.S. And then we have ultra premium, which typically is Swiss formulated, boutique only. Most of us have never tried a Swiss formulated product because they're so expensive. You go into like the airport, for instance, in duty free, and it's usually that $600 jar of night cream, heavily guarded in the back. But what's awesome is that when Peter Mork, our founder, founded this company, he really wanted to make Swiss skincare affordable for the average person. And so that's why he chose a shop direct kind of method. And so that's exactly where Arbonne falls. We're pure, so we're 100% pure, safe, and beneficial, as you just know.
All right, so what is network marketing? Who in here is a guest and have never heard of network marketing? Okay, yay. So we're going to tell you exactly what network marketing is. So we're the business model of the 21st century. I think a lot of us are switching over our mindsets. I know a lot of us, if we could work for ourselves, probably would, right? We'd want to be our own boss, work our own hours and our time. This business will allow you to do that. We're a marketing via word of mouth. So I love the products, and I'm just going to share them with my friend, who's going to share them with her friend, and it trickles on down the line. We're an effective distribution system, and we eliminate the middleman. So what is the middleman? So if you look at the very top in traditional retail, let's say I'm going to buy something from Nordstrom's. It's going to have to get manufactured first, right? And then it's going to have to go to a wholesaler. There's all these people in the middle, but guess what happens? All those people have to get paid. So let's say that product starts off at $5. By the time it reaches your hand, that product's probably going to be $70, $80. So it's that much of a markup because everyone has to get paid on it. But is it really worth what you're paying for it? So the great thing about network marketing is you're getting a quality product. It goes straight from the manufacturer, and guess what, guys? It doesn't have to go through you to get to the person that's purchasing it. You'll get paid on it, but it's going to get shipped directly to them. So you don't have to collect all these things and knock on their door and like, I'm your Arbonne girl, got your product. You can go directly to them, and they can actually order themselves online, which is fantastic. So that is what network marketing is.
Okay, so when you're looking at a business like this, a network marketing company, there was a study done by a Harvard professor who was trying to figure out what are the 4 key factors when you're trying to decide on the right company to go with. And he determined that you need at least one of these factors. What's awesome is that Arbonne has all 4. So we're going to go through that: consumable products, marketplace demand, timing and trends, and the ability to leverage your time. So first off, consumable product. What's awesome is that our products, you use them, and then you have to reorder them, right? So you keep getting paid for doing the work one time. So as a business decision, it just makes sense to pursue a company that has a consumable product. And as far as marketplace demand is concerned, people are looking for, people are getting more and more aware, more and more educated on the importance of looking at an ingredient policy and paying attention to what is in the products. That is not going anywhere. People are getting smarter and smarter and doing more research. And what's awesome is that we didn't just jump on this bandwagon. Arbonne has had this product philosophy from day one. So we have products from cradle to grave. That sounds so morbid. What's another one?
Basket.
basket to casket. That's still bad. But anyway, you get the point. From babies on up, any age, male, female. I think it's like 98% of our products are gender neutral. I mean, guys, you have to wash your face too. You take showers, protein shakes, vitamins, all those sorts of things. So it's really only the makeup line, well, for some people, who men are not using these products necessarily. So basically, we get paid to shower.
Exactly. If you've got skin and hair, we've got something for you. All right, so where next? We're global. That's amazing. That means our products are that amazing that other countries are like, yes, we want Arbonne, because they're pretty strict, guys, in what they allow products in. So we're not only here in the U.S. As you can see, it's orange where Arbonne is, but we're in the UK. If you have friends in the United Kingdom, or in Australia, Poland, Taiwan. We're already in Taiwan. We're launching in New Zealand this year. But I want you to know that you could start an international business. That's it. I know, no Germany, but it might.
It's coming.
It's coming. Yes, just for you. It will. But just think, dream big. Just dream big. Imagine if you just knew one person, just one, that loves the products as much as you, and they start a team there. Boom! You just went international. And just imagine if that one person shared the vision with someone in Taiwan. You better learn some Taiwanese and grow your team there. But that's just the amazing thing with this business, is that because it's network marketing and it's via word of mouth, all it takes is one person to make you go global. But even in this country, you can be north, south, east, west. You can be anywhere. Alaska. All right. Let me go back. Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure. Was I done? Oh, yeah. And then here we are. The 1% product awareness. That's big. So sometimes people always ask me, well, does everyone know about Arbonne? Because if everyone knows about it, then why do I got to do it? But no, there's only a 1% brand awareness. So even when I do meet new people, a lot of people haven't heard of Arbonne until I approach them about it. So just think, you have an unlimited resource of business, especially here in Richmond.
And we are a $500 million company, which is about the same size as Clinique. And we're only in 5 countries right now, which is a huge opportunity. Yeah. This is huge.
Oh, this is me too. Okay. So timing is everything. We're trending now. So the health and wellness, I'm a fitness instructor. Dottie is too. So it's lovely. Hi, Elka. Yeah, sorry, Elka, you're my neighbor. Sorry. All right. So I just want you guys to know that with fitness, and especially the whole health, we have our Clean Eat program there. It's going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry, and people are looking to get healthy. People are looking for products that are pure, safe, beneficial, that are non-GMO, that are vegan certified, that are gluten-free. We're starting to care. Americans are starting to care about their products. They're reading labels. They're becoming more aware. We're Googling more, or to see if this product's safe for our kids, baby products. I mean, we see a bunch of studies that go on our Facebook feed of certain companies I'm not going to name that are being sued because their products aren't safe, but they're products that we trusted. We bought these products. So I think with Arbonne especially, now that we're focused on so many products that you can sell from home and the whole entire net, being able to be your own boss, that is just very trendy. And I think it's going to continue trending, and that's why they call it that this is the 21st century, because everybody wants to be their own boss if you can. It's a dream, but it can happen.
All right, so time leveraging. This is the 4th key factor, and this is very important. So those of you who works a 9 to 5, I mean, that's not 9 to 5. Okay, who works like an 80-hour work week? Yay! What time leverage is all about is the fact that you are trading your time for a set dollar amount to get paid a set dollar amount. And so now what happens if you train somebody else to do the same thing you're doing? Are you getting paid off of their income as well? No, right. So that's what network marketing offers. Basically, if I work my 40 hours a week or 10 hours a week, if I work my 10 hours a week and I teach and train 4 others to do the same, then I'm getting paid on those 50 hours a week. Now, if they go out, I'm doing Connolly's circle. If they go out and they teach their team, then that's 210, and then so on, 810 hours a week. And so that is really the beauty of network marketing, because everyone's using these products already, and you just get paid to refer them to other people to give them safer, healthier products to use.
All right, so a simple system for success. So we just shop from our own store, and we teach and train others to do the same, and that's what I love. I don't have to call people constantly and say, hey, are you ready to reorder? There are mornings that I wake up and I look at my dashboard. For those of you that don't know that, you'll know that one day. But and you'll see like, oh my gosh, like someone put in a huge, and then it grows. So that's what I love about our business. But the best part of it too is I get to share with my friends these amazing products, but where they can get a discount. So who's familiar with Ulta Rewards and Sephora Rewards? They just give you points. And you can trade them in for a sample, or you can trade them in for something else. But in Arbonne, not only do you get these amazing discounts, but they also give you dollar amounts to subtract from your totals. Because sometimes you don't want a little sample, you want money off of something, right? So I love that we can shop from our own store in that sense. And I just love how simple this business is. You're not selling anything. These are products that everyone's already using. You're just introducing them to a better, healthier product. That's it. And if they love it, awesome. And if they don't, we just write them off as our friend. Just kidding. Just joking. But you get what I'm saying. You share.
All right, so we're going to end. That was the joke.
I was.
We are going to end with two very important questions. Ones that, if you have never heard, will make you think, because I know that they made me think. So where will you be in 5 years if you continue to do what you're doing, especially financially? And if something unforeseen were to happen to the main source of income in your household, how long could you get by on what you currently have saved? Can we close out?
Yes. So I know some of you that are guests, you may have your fears and hesitations, and that's completely normal because I have those too. So just think what they are and hold on to them, and then just talk them through with whoever invited you. And then I just want you to remember to dream big. So if there's a part of you today that you're like, oh, something just awoke inside of me that I can do this business, I want you to know that you can do this business. And I want you to dream big too. I always close with that. So just think of 3 things that are dreams, right? Something that you really want to do in life. And I'm going to give you a second to think of it. Think of 3 things. Now, if those 3 things, if one of them was pay off my debt, maybe pay for my kids to go to school, or pay off our house, if it has to do with money or anything like that, I just want you to know that's a goal. Because if all of you thought of that, that's common. That's average. We all want that. That's not a dream. Remember, dreaming is something so out of the ordinary that we don't have the same dream. And remember when we were 18 or 16, we thought we could take on the world. We had all these amazing things that we wanted to do, but then we became an adult. And then we were like, oh, that's not going to happen because I'm an adult now, and things like that don't happen to me. They can happen to you. We just have to take that first step to let that happen. So that's all. Thank you guys for sharing and listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeanette and Jesse. Awesome. Awesome job. Good. Thank you very much. That's right. So it's very cool. As Connolly and I have given the opportunity presentation many times, and we both love to do it, but it's also incredible to see 2 who joined us rock the opportunity. Just be so confident in that and see it changing your lives. And anyway, thank you for that. Well, we promised you the next part of the meeting would be recognition, and we have lots of people to recognize tonight. So Connolly, why don't you start us off with those who are in qualification for district manager?
Yes, so district manager is our first level of management, as you saw, and we have 2 in qualification for district, and they're both watching, I think, via computer. So Kate Pico from Connecticut, sponsored by Julia Jane Lambert. And then Geraldine Carey, she's up in Stafford, Virginia, sponsored by Jamie Stafford. Yay.
So, and then we are very, very excited to recognize 4 new district managers. So all on the same day. So Connolly, why don't you go ahead and start, and we want y'all to come up and stay up. And if your upline is more than us, come up when you hear their name and shower the gifts.
No, we're good.
We got one at a time.
Okay, all right, first, drum roll, please. New district manager, Rachel Camfield. Come on. Congratulations. That sounds like how Rachel would speak. So how I just said congratulations is Rachel. So I have more gifts for you, but let me just speak kind words about you because I love you so much, girl. So Rachel and I literally met at a networking group like 2 months ago, maybe. Yeah, end of December, and I just knew that this one was someone that I needed to get to know. And so I invited her to coffee, and she'll share a little more. But just to learn more about what she does, she has her own amazing business in addition to now your Arbonne business too. And I was just blown away. So Rachel's energy, you guys, she would just light up the room. And anyone who's gotten to know you, Rachel, knows that about you and says that about you. So many others you're about to influence with this business. So congratulations. You get your bracelet. It's like, wee man. And then a few other goodies. And you stay up. Do you want to just set them right here?
Sure.
Yeah, you can carry them out on your way. And then next, new district manager, Miss Greta Daughtry. Come on up. Okay, Greta, big hug, my dear friend. So Greta, oh, you see how cool she looks? This is how cool she really is. Okay, so you are an amazing dear friend of mine. Greta has been a client in Arbonne for like maybe 2 years, and I've just gotten to see you grow in your life and just all the different things you've gone through, and then now you're here in our Arbonne team. And honestly, just by seeing your launches showed me that you're a dear friend to so many. And that is so important because through our business, we have the ability to share that. What we have from the inside, we can share that with so many others. So I'm excited you're with us in the Arbonne girl power, right? Yeah, because I know you were looking for that. Yeah, so
Right.
congratulations.
You don't get to go anywhere. You're going to stay up here
Yeah,
until
stay
they
up.
all get up here. All right, now.
She gets her bracelet.
Yes.
Thank you for watching out. Anyone can watch out and ask me if I've given everything. So with Rachel and Greta, Connolly is their sponsor, their area manager, and their regional vice president. So you're going to see a few more people coming up here because the next 2 we have to recognize have, we'll start with Carly Brown, come up here. And Dottie and Jesse come on up here because I'm Jesse's regional vice president. Congrats. This is her area manager, executive area manager, Jesse. This is her district manager, or was, because now you just promoted out of Dottie's district and
Take a picture.
Okay,
Okay, they're getting it. I'm like, it's a photo op. Okay.
all right. When someone starts taking a picture, I'd rather stop moving my mouth because I want you to get those pictures where you're in the middle of a word. It's not very becoming. Why don't you wait until I didn't want to be in? I was going to get all the new district managers. So anyway, Carly is sponsored by her mother-in-law, Dottie, and Dottie is sponsored by Jesse. Jesse's direct to me. So we've got the family up here. I met Carly at one of Dottie's first skincare workshops and was so impressed and thought, oh my goodness, this girl should do this business with her mother-in-law. So I mean, look, so delightful. And I can remember.
Look at this.
I restrained myself from being crazy Arbonne lady. But anyway, and I emailed Carly a little information on Arbonne. She never emailed me that. I answer my emails now. But I knew that. And Carly was finishing her master's at JMU, which she will tell you a little bit about. And I am so excited that you have not only joined, but it's that when she joined it, she got busy and sponsored her best friend Christina. Come up here. And just talked about you. And Christina, they're back here. Christina, oops, we're going to knock each other out. And you two have been, at one point I said to Christina, y'all been best friends since children. And she was like, no, we didn't like each other as children. or whatever it was. But somewhere along the line, it became college. Oh, y'all had a long time to
We were
get over it.
fighting over the same boy in elementary school.
Okay. See, all things are possible. So these two became best friends. I know you were the maid of honor in Carly's wedding in June, and now these two are getting to build a business together. And Christina, I met at Carly's business launch and was very impressed right away. We just sat there and talked. I didn't know if anybody else was in the room. We were just getting to know each other and really connected there. And I knew if you decided to do this, that you would take it to the top. And that's pretty much what she told me the first time we met, is when I do something, I commit. And these two both teach school. Well, y'all take your story. They're going to talk to you in a little bit, but they work full time and they have just done an amazing job promoting the district in 2 months. So I have, let's see, Dottie, do you want to give them, or Jesse, do you want to say anything? Or
I already
ran mine out.
You said it. You said it. They are awesome. They are the epitome of coachable, and they have huge hearts, and they are just sharing this business with something fierce. And it's awesome to see.
We are so proud of you. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
And Christina over here, and Dottie, you have something. And I tell you, those of you who are familiar with our bracelet and charm, know that when you promote to district, you get a bracelet from your regional vice president. When you promote out a district, you get a charm for your bracelet, and it is interesting to see the paperwork to keep all this straight. So Connolly, you promoted Rachel, and you promoted Greta, 2 more charms. Dottie, you promoted Carly. Carly, you promoted Christina. I did it. So that's going to go on your bracelet. All right, and now I ask, let's see, we're going to all, that are not the new district managers, sing. And if you're having trouble juggling that while you're talking, do you want to just set
Yeah, I was going to say, my girls, get it all from me because I'm your everything.
I'm your everything.
I'm here for everybody.
And if somebody can get a picture of the 4 of them, like y'all squish together for a second. Julia Jane, would you mind just taking, and you know where this will go. It will appear on Facebook tomorrow as a 1, 2, 3. Nation. All right, thank you. I've asked them if they would each just take a couple of minutes and just share with you a little of their background and what attracted them to Arvon and where they're going with this business. So I'm going to scoot into the background here. Look at this. How convenient, Connolly. We'll sit here and listen. So, Christina, why don't you just start, and we'll just go right on down the line here.
Well, like they said, I'm Christina Donaldson. I'm currently a first-year second grade teacher at a Title I focus school. So, needless to say, it's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure all of the time, and everyone feels that way. It's been a really, really stressful first year, not really what I expected going into teaching. But that's where I was at when I was introduced to Arvon through Carly. And I was introduced last December. And I went into it thinking, I'm going to go support her. It was her business launch. I had no intention of being part of the business. I was like, okay, there's so many network marketing things out there. What is she doing? But I sat down and I listened to the presentation, and people say something stirs inside of you, and I really felt that way. And I was fortunate enough to meet Dina that day, and she truly solidified everything that I was feeling after hearing the presentation. She is such a caring person and wants to share this opportunity with others on top of caring about people's health and wellness. And that's something that I knew I wanted to do. It's something I knew I could do with Arvon. And I know that with Arvon, I will be able to replace my income with teaching. And I love children and I love working with children. So I want to have more flexibility and job options, possibly private school or preschool. We'll see what the future holds.
Great. Thanks, Christina.
So I am Carly. Like you heard, I am Dottie. Dottie's my mother-in-law. So I heard about Arvon at her launch party. And at the time, I did not want anything to do with the business. I love the products. I actually, fun fact, used all of the makeup at my wedding. That was kind of my into the business side of it. And at the time I was applying for schools, and I would say, that's my real job, Dottie. Leave me alone. That's my real job. I need a real job. And she was so encouraging and so loving and pushing me into this great decision that I decided to kind of just jump for it. I came to one of these meetings and I was like, yeah, I'll just do it. A lot of teachers will say, and I hear it all the time, I'm going to wait for the summer. It's a good summer job. But I am thinking the reason I am doing this and the reason I push myself so much is because I do love kids. It's always been a dream to teach kids. But as much as I love kids, I want my own kids. And I would rather not be teaching 20 kids when I have kids of my own at home. And so that is my passion. I've always wanted to be a mother. And so I would love to have the financial freedom to support my husband one day. He's a realtor, so I see the network side of a business and how awesome it is that I leave and go to work and he's still at home and he can do whatever he wants, really, as long as he's making money. So I see that benefit. And I'm just super excited. And I do believe that I can also replace my income as a teacher. I don't think it's that hard, but it's an option. So, and possibly go on to more. So I'm super excited to be here. And I'm also super proud of Christina because she's helped me a lot. And we've learned and grown from each other. And it's way more fun with a best friend, for sure. So.
All right, Greta.
All right. Well, I was using the product for about 2 years and Connolly kept saying, don't you just want to be a consultant? Don't you just want to be a consultant? And, I had life going on and my 30s was a lot of like that bad life stuff that happens all back to back to back. And so last fall I turned 40. I've been cleared of cancer and I kind of had that not total like new start of life, but it's time to get rid of the toxins in my life. And it's time to surround myself with lots of positive energy. And Connolly said, come to another meeting. Because I think I had gone to one last year, but it was in the middle of craziness. She said, come to another meeting. And I realized that income, nice, don't get me wrong. I'm a single mom. It's a good thing. But really, it was just the energy and being around women. I have a day job. I love my day job. It's my career that I've been working for 21 years. But it's also dealing with construction and architects and engineers and the good old boy network. And while I love my job, it's not that same positive, healthy energy. So that's why I joined ARVA.
I met Greta my first meeting, so I feel like we've really got to do this thing together too, which is nice, and I'm excited for more. But I'm Rachel Camfield. I'm a life coach. I'm a brand coach, and I had just started my business thinking new when I said yes. I feel like this whole process with Arbonne is really about saying yes. And for me, even prior to Arbonne, I had said yes to my big dream, and that was to be an entrepreneur, to have my own business, and to do all of those amazing things that we talked about before I even knew about Arbonne. So fast forward, backtrack to December, meeting Connolly, and she was just so charming and adorable, and we went for coffee, and I was like, I think she's interested in my services, and okay, and then I was interested to hear more about what she was doing, and then once I did hear about the products, and then also, well, first came the products, I was like, this is kind of great. I would be interested in using these myself. I too am detoxing my life, made this big change. What else do I need to do to feel better? And for me, makeup, that was kind of like the big one. I need results. I want results. All of my client sessions mainly are on video, so my face is really my brand. And heard about the products, started using the products, and then Connolly bravely offered and shared the business opportunity. And I'm a yeser. So I said yes. And I think I showed up at Connolly's house and was playing with the makeup, and I walked away, and she was like, so what do you want to do? I was like, let's do it. And just like Christina, when I do something, I really like to do it in that way. And so I am so honored to be here. I'm honored to know the people in this room and can say that very quickly they have turned into some of my favorite people, and I really can't even imagine my life without them just 2 short months ago. So thank you so much.
Wow. We are so proud of you, and my advice always to new DMs is take a breath, but not a break. And you deserve a good breath from that, and then keep right on going, because you're going to hear in a little bit of the bonuses that you can earn, and I think you already know that, in your first month as a district manager. So it just keeps on getting better, and invite others to join you. And anyway, so proud of all 4 of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah,
get your
no,
gifts.
yeah.
Do we want a picture? I'm gonna be that person.
Yeah. Did we not get one?
I don't
No, I
We did.
Oh, we did?
Before
Oh, we
you started
did.
talking.
a picture.
Oh,
Did you?
I just pulled a.
Yeah.
Forgot one.
Maybe.
Hey, Dina.
The lighting was weird.
Yeah, the
Oh.
screen was on, so they had the shadows in the back,
all
so
right,
I
new
would do it
picture,
longer.
new picture. That's
Yeah,
good. You got all your
New
new
picture with all your loops up.
Yeah, she said the lighting was on the
Yeah.
screen, so.
That's true. See?
They're
not
not again. Okay, whoa, I'm zoomed.
Jesse takes a good picture.
I stretch my arms out to zoom.
Seriously.
Thank you. I know.
It's just.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, of all of them?
Well,
I can send it to her.
Oh, all right.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Are you in charge of doing
All right, Jessica, I know, your
just take
camera,
charge.
your phone takes better pictures. That's area code. Okay,
Okay.
congrats again, all 4 of you.
And you know what? I'm really looking forward next month. I know with the ones we have in fall now for district, we'll be recognizing more next month. So it's really exciting stuff happening.
Absolutely.
Okay. And next would be in qualification for area manager. We have 3 that we're going to be calling up. Miss Jeanette Stoneman. You're so awesome. Yes, stay up. 'Cause you guys will get a pic.
Oh, you gotta have a picture.
Mhm.
Ann Maloney. Happy to do this. And Dottie Brown. You did not know that?
No.
I mean, I knew that, but not to our meeting. So we are so proud of all of you. So this is the next level after district manager is area. We're gonna, I'm fade out of So we are so just stay right. But anyway, all of you, just such hard workers, persevering, committed, focused, kind of like helping. I mean, with the list to go on, kind. You care about others, and it shows, and it's how you relate to people.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'll just say, Jeanette, that I honestly have not met someone who works harder than you do. And I am so unbelievably proud of you. And I can't wait to recognize you next month as a new area. And your team is blessed to have you, sister.
Thank you. Absolutely. So very, very exciting. And when you saw that first chart that Jesse went over on the commissions, and you go, okay, I can see how you might earn $1,000 a month as a first level. How on earth would you ever earn that top level? It's by promoting to district. It's by helping those districts promote to areas, helping those areas promote to regions. It is just reaching out, and the more people you help, then your business takes care of itself. But I love that the focus is always on the other person, helping those consultants promote to the next level. So next, and you all, no one needs to tell you, but I'll do it again anyway. But if you promote by April 1st, you will be recognized big time.
They know.
Yeah,
We're getting on the bike tomorrow.
all right.
Yeah, good. You have an accountability group.
I just want to say one quick thing, because we get recognized up here, for doing what we do, but we couldn't do it without the leadership of you guys.
Yeah. This is for boxing.
Yes. Thank you all.
It doesn't cut you off like an answering machine.
You can just keep on going. So when Dina gets in her car, she'll listen to this. All right. The next recognition we want to give are those who got their district manager bonuses and consultants. Y'all know what that is for guests. It's $2,500 in sales to in your district to maintain district, but we don't ever want to think about maintaining. That's kind of like saying, what do I need to do to get a C in this class? We want to get A's, which is to have your district manager bonus, which is having $5,000 in your district and sponsoring 5 new preferred clients or consultants during that month. And there are a bunch of you here. We're going to call you up, and Connolly and I give to each one in our region just a fun little Starbucks card, but your real DM bonus gift is the $200 extra in your check from Arbonne. So why don't we
Okay,
start?
yep. You pass, I'll read mine. Okay, you ready? District Manager bonus earners. Ginger Rucker. Lauren Southward. Her first one. Jamie Stafford. And Jeanette Snowman.
I'm getting tired of walking up here tonight. Okay. And then also, many more coming up here. Fran Babishak. Amy Muir. Dottie Brown. Ann Maloney. And who have I not read
Jessie
yet?
Collier.
Jessie. Goodness, I can't even read right here. Sorry, Jessie. Jessie Collier. See, it took away my. And Connolly. And last, I want to call Amber Fry up because she earned this and a little extra. So come up here, Amber. All right, there's the Starbucks card. And I just have to tell you, this is what I was saying to the 4 of you who are up here as new district managers. We recognize Amber's sponsor, her sister Anna, raise your hand, last month for this exact same thing. And here is Big Sis up here this month, and that is if you get your district manager bonus in your first month as a new district manager, which this February was Amber's first month as a new DM, you not only get the $200 bonus from Arbonne, but they match it with a Grow Strong $200 bonus. You can get that for having your DM bonus in any of your first 3 months, and you just have to go get it in that first month, because if you do it in your first month, you get a $100 check from your RVP. So that totals $500 in bonus. Like sister.
Yeah.
And, so Carly, Rachel, Christina, and Greta next month. Area bonus. I want to recognize Connolly and Jesse. They get a $400 bonus in their check, but they get to go to, I don't think they ever pay for Starbucks. So anyway, congrats. And Jesse is, again, halfway, well, I was more than halfway to region qualification. So we're really excited. It is coming. And last, we're going to recognize those who earned their perfect brick, which is having $2,500 in sales during the month between you and your personally sponsored preferred clients and consultants, new consultants, and all preferred clients. Hold on to that. So, but that is a great. The reason we call it the perfect brick is because we talk about this not being a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not. I would have run from something like that. But it is building wealth, slow and steady and stable, and that is best done by just taking responsibility for your own business and having your $2,500 and those 5 new preferred clients or consultants every month. It's how you can tell someone else, do what I do. Do what I do and you will succeed. Because $2,500 and $2,500 if you're a district is going to be your DM bonus. But those who earned their perfect brick are, you have some repeat trips up here, Amber Fry. And this is charms to add to your bracelet. And Fran Babishak. Emily Brown. Ginger Rucker. Jeanette Stoneman. Am I going too fast? You're good. Lauren Southward. Geraldine Carey. And Greta Dalkey. I think that's our longest list of perfect brick earners ever.
You guys are raising the bar.
So much for a short month of February. Y'all are awesome. And I believe that is it.
We're sending this to you, Geraldine. Jamie's delivering it.
All right. I'm going to say just a couple of words about Strong Start, which is Arbonne's excellent incentive for new consultants. Because so many times when I start with a conversation with someone about the business, one of their first fears, hesitations is, I don't have the money to start something. And it's interesting because that's just they don't even know yet what it costs, but you just assume
that it's going to cost a lot. I learned of one other network marketing company that I will not name that I learned for sure this week is a $5,000 to $6,000 startup. I can't imagine a single consultant in this room joining me in business. Well, you couldn't have because I wouldn't have gone to this business if that's what had been the startup cost. That's crazy. And you know what? Don't get me started, but that kind of startup cost, there's not a whole lot of motivation to support. They've got their money, whether this person's successful or not. And I love that Arbonne's startup is so low. It's $79. You do need products to be using yourself. You can't just register for $79 and then pull out your, Mac products at work, or, say you all should, use these protein shakes as you're mixing up something from GNC. I mean, we have to be using the products, but there is not a set amount that you're required to order from Arbonne. We have recommendations, but we can work with anything. And what Arbonne rewards is the person who gets to work and gets busy and begins to build their business. And they reward it by, if you get to district in 2 of your first 3 months, month 1, 2. So if you all began today, March, February, March. That's good. It's a long day to stay. How about March, April, or April, May, wherever that came from? I'm supposed to be very clear on this. Then you promote to district in those 2 of those 3 months. Then you earn all 3 rewards from Strong Start. One is a really cool tote bag. The rewards get better. Pull that up from Ginger. Several of you all have earned this. They didn't have this back when Connolly and I started, so it's a cool thing. If you see it, you know someone earned it. The next is a necklace. It's an Arbonne Advantage necklace. That's all wonderful too. I love the tote bag and the necklace, but the next 2 prizes are the biggies. That you get a free anti-aging set. The retail, although no one ever pays retail, is $323 on that. That comes to you free. And if you do that and sponsor 3 new consultants in your first 3 months, then you get a $700 product voucher. And Anna, raise your hand again, had no trouble spending hers that she earned, and called and was like, look what all of this that I got. And Amber, following sister, just earned that. Just graduated from Strong Start and got all the gifts: the tote bag, the necklace, the free RA9 set, and the $700 voucher. No, you haven't seen it on your account yet because our account's still showing February. See, that's probably going backwards. It's the website still says it's February. So Amber too will get to go shop and just pick out $700 of products. So I love that Arbonne will give you over $1,000 to spend the RA9 set and the $700 for just getting to work and promoting to district, which is just what we want to do anyway. So I just want to encourage you, if you're new and thinking, well, how would I afford this? That's how you afford it. Get the products in front of people, and your sponsor will help you. So next, we're going to have District Manager Lauren Southward come up and give a little overview of one of our favorite parts of Arbonne, and that's our nutrition line, the health, wellness, and we're looking forward to hearing this.
Great. I am so excited to share about this part of the business. I'm going to start by just introducing myself now. So I'm Lauren, and I was a teacher. I taught for 3 years in 4th grade and a year in kindergarten. And then I was pregnant with my first child, and I knew that I wanted to stay home with him. My husband is a 2-time double lung transplant recipient, and being with him, and it's so funny that Jesse, you were sharing something today that really touched my heart, is because it's true for me too, that it just makes you realize that every single day is a gift. I mean, we have right now only, and tomorrow's not promised to anybody. I did not want to be I didn't want to be teaching from dawn till dusk, having a little one at home. I didn't want to be working until summer break, or working until the weekend, or working until I could finally do what I wanted to do again, especially not when I'm starting a family. So I didn't know that anything like this was possible for real money. I thought it was kind of like just for spending money. And so Connolly, not one, here she is.
She is everything.
She is the sun. So Connolly introduced the business to me at a MOPS group. She said that she was able to replace her teacher's salary doing this business. And I was listening, but I was like, that doesn't really sound like me. I'm not very outgoing. I am not a salesperson. I really don't know if this is a fit for me, but I looked into it. I met, the lovely ladies you guys met tonight. Learned that I would not be alone, that I would be coached and helped all along the way, and knew that I had to take advantage of the business. So I am so thankful that I did, because now, I can build the business from home part-time. I'm bringing in income for our family, like here and now money, and I'm on my way to replacing my teacher's salary. And the best part is that it's just the beginning. I mean, the future that's possible for us is bigger than we ever could have dreamed before. And it's just so exciting. And I thank Connolly for introducing it to me. So I do have notes, because teachers have lesson plans, and I can't get away from that. So this business has really changed my life. I have more time to spend with my family, but also the products have changed my life. So we know, anyone who can testify, which we have tons in here, that can testify, gosh, your skin's feeling so good. And I can say, I have never been healthier. And I am somebody who is a runner, and I've been a runner for 5+ years, but I still have never been healthier than I am now, because thanks to these products. I used to just run, I ran so I could eat what I wanted. I'm sure somebody here can relate. I would just run for miles. I trained for half marathons, done a bunch of them, so I could just take eat whatever. Ran 8 miles today. I'm going to just eat. I learned that through this program that what you fuel your body with makes all the difference. I was always 10 to 15 pounds heavier than I wanted to be, always, at least, at minimum. And I realized that the nutrition is the part that was missing. So I fuel my body right. I feel better when I run. I've lost those 10 to 15. I'm where I want to be as far as my weight's concerned. It's so exciting to be there, and just be really comfortable in my own skin. And this program really gave me the results. But it's not a weight loss program, so that's the key. Is I was getting healthy. I was fueling my body right. I am fueling my body right. And the weight loss is a side effect, an awesome side effect. I have more energy, especially when I've done the program twice. And every time I do it, this is going to sound absolutely ridiculous if you haven't done it, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about. I had more energy in those 30 days than I knew what to do with. Like after the first week, at least. More than I knew. I was like, it's 9 o'clock at night. I just, what should I be doing right now? When normally I'm like, so anyway, and I'm happier especially when I'm doing the program strictly.
Except for that first week.
What'd you say?
Except for that first week.
Except the first week when I'm a little bit, so that's a hard detox week, but that's okay. It's worth it, because I have, like I said, more energy. I'm less irritable, so I love coffee, but when the crash comes, it comes hard. And the fizzies are awesome for that. And I feel like more calm and more peace and not so cranky. So you know what I mean. Okay, so I see some nodding, yes. I know what you mean. My clients, so I usually talk to my clients and I say, this is for you if you're like me and you had 10 to 15 pounds and you feel like you really just want to focus on fueling. You're a healthy person, but you want to fuel your body right. You want to learn what foods are doing to your body. This could be for you. If you're somebody who's been meaning to get healthy, been putting it off, don't know what to do, you're overwhelmed, this is a program for you too, because we've got the Facebook, we've got the grocery lists, we've got recipes. You can just mindlessly do it. Just follow what it tells you to do. So that works for a lot of people. So what my clients say is that they have more energy. The program is really convenient. The shakes are really tasty. I've heard it from everyone. Everyone loves the shakes. They've got more energy. They've gotten off of sodas, coffees. Those extra expensive in the afternoon when you're running to Starbucks. They've gotten rid of those things. They've lost weight as a side effect also, which is great. And they've realized the foods they were eating that were irritating their digestion or not serving them like they should. They've realized what those foods are, and they're able to avoid them. And they're encouraged to keep the program up after the 30 days, which is really exciting to see that, it's exciting for me that I've played a part in making them healthier, but also that they're taking the steps to do that. And they've also said it's more successful with a partner, which I can testify to. I did the first time by myself, nobody's watching you when you're having that glass of wine. And then the second time I did it with my mother-in-law and my best friend, and I had to be like the picture of 30-day program. And that made it a lot better. So my favorites, I cannot live without the shake. Anybody else? Cannot live without the shake. Okay. In the morning, if I don't have it, I'm not the right way. I love that I can throw in the greens and the fiber, and just, I've had at least one superfood serving of vegetables in a day, and the fiber that I don't normally eat. I could not live without the fizzies. Yes? Yeah. That energy is better than coffee for me. I love coffee. Don't get me wrong. I'm a coffee holic. But the energy I get from the fizzy is much more preferable for me. It's just calmer. You feel like you're taking a nap rather than like gotten all jittery. And then fit chews and greens, even though they're not in the package, I would say they're a necessary add-on. The fit chews are perfect for just throwing in me and my diaper bag, but you and your purse. And you're just like out running errands and you need to go to the grocery store, put that fit chew. Just like eat one because you're going to be your budget will be thankful that you had a fit chew before you went to the grocery store. And the greens, just like I said, it's so convenient just to throw them in your shake and you've had your superfood serving for the day. So I cannot say enough. I love this program and I love all those products. So that's what I had to share.
You're an awesome speaker.
Yes.
Connolly said, who I think should do the clean eating is Lauren. She said she has all these clients that order the clean eating, so she is obviously explaining it really well. And that made me think, I thought, I've heard you speak before, and I thought, I know when one time early in your business,
I was like sweating.
when Connolly was going to be at one of your early workshops and said, can you go help Lauren? And I remember calling and saying, well, I was there, but she did not need me. She totally had it. It's so relaxed and such in that, but I've never heard you up in front of a group. That was awesome.
Oh,
So, the raffles are, how many are there? It was Julie Jane, 1, 2, 3, 4 raffles. So one of you read tickets and one of you go run the raffle so that the raffle winner doesn't have to get up and run. One of you be the runner. But I want you all to meet Julia Jane and Jamie. And I just have to say about these two, they drive between an hour and hour and a half to get to this meeting and they never miss. Rarely ever miss. And yeah, so they are both managers in Connolly's region, and another 2 awesome friends who I would not have in my life if it were not for this business. So I'm so grateful for who shared Arbonne with each of you. Connolly who personally shared it with you, and sponsored the person who shared it with Jamie. You just never know who it's going to be right for. So they're going to do your raffles. I'm going to say a couple of more quick things, and Connolly will close us out.
$930-228.
Yay! All right.
And I'm just going to read the last 3. 223. Yes, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
232. And 242. Same stuff.
All right. Thank you, ladies. All
What do you
right.
think about you drinking?
And just a second, Connolly is going to come up here and close us out. An awesome friend, not just my business partner, but a dear, dear friend. And for those of you going to GTC, we have had a lot of fun planning some extras for you all and getting a suite this year so that we can have all 24, 25, something like that of you who are going. And I just commend, if you're going to GTC, stand up. I just want to recognize you. So, that is so great. And I know some of you watching online are going as well. So, and anyway, and I want you all to know that while I said on a Zoom conference months ago that it was my goal for all of us to go to GTC as a new nation. We would have had to have been in qualification this month to have a chance at that. We're not, but we are so far over the halfway mark that it's a very possible that we could go to GTC in qualification for nation. You know, still some ground to cover, but you know what? It's not about me, and it's not about getting there by a deadline to have a deadline. It is by just what I was saying, every one of us reaching out and sharing this opportunity with others and giving them the chance to know about this. Because how many of you have heard me say, if you see someone that you think you would love to have join you and you don't ask them, somebody else will. How many have had that experience? Yeah. And so, you know what? Follow that tug when there's someone that you think that you would love to have join you and would love to just know about this. I believe so strongly in this opportunity that I know I would just tell people you should take a look at this. Even if there was some reason I could never do this, I would be telling them, look what this could do. Look what you could create with this. And Greta, I loved hearing your why because it was just like you're perfectly satisfied in your job, but it was look at the positivity that is in my life because of this. And I really, really valued what you shared because that's something that's meaningful to all of us. And for you, it was enough to have you, to want to be a part of this. So anyway, reaching out and sharing this business opportunity and helping the consultants who are already part of our organizations promote to district, helping our districts to promote to area, helping our areas to promote to region. And you know what? It will be, I want it so much for all of you. It is not for me because I want you to see that it's not just those Ion Arbonne stories that come in your orders of those people out there in these different states and countries. I want you to see that it's possible because if you see that your baby boomer RVP can do this, when I started at thank you, Dottie, thank you, that it is absolutely, and believe me, when I started this, I had been self-employed working out of my home for so long that I really lost all those great contacts that I had when I was surrounded with people raising kids, and my world had gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. And I really had to go back out there. So many of you are thrown in with other people all the time right now because of where you are. So if I could start this from the darkness of my little home office where I saw only my husband.
And your jumpsuit.
And my jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I'll bring that.
Are you gonna walk the stage in that?
Yeah, we'll not walk the stage in that, but I might bring it to our. But just for you, Jesse, thank you. I'll do that at your region.
Yes.
But anyway, Connolly is going to come and close us out here. So thank you so much, Connolly.
I can't believe my notes are on this small phone. Is that not hilarious? My printer wasn't working, so we're going to go with it. But this has been an amazing meeting. I just need to start with that. What you're seeing here, what you're feeling, this momentum, it's real, it's happening. Dina saw this vision when she started her business. Then I started mine, saw the vision. Now, those of you who have been in Arbonne a little bit longer have seen your vision, and those of you who are brand new are just seeing the start of your vision too. It's incredible to see it play out because you just never know who you're going to meet along the way. So I just want to start with Napoleon Hill quote. We just got back from a area manager VP leadership retreat in Phoenix, and one of our top leaders, the amazing Deanna Heron, sent a little note card home with us with this quote: whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So that leads me to remind you all, whether consultant or guest, that this business is so much mind. It's mindset. So I think it's important to remember that because it's very encouraging. We can control what we put into our mind. We can learn how to better control that with various books, with our upline. I mean, that's why we're coached in this business by, the amazing mentors that we have who have already been there before. We can control all of that. So control it, right? And so that the reason I want that to feel encouraging to you is because if you do feel, especially if you're a guest, hesitant to start your business, I was absolutely there 5 years ago. So I was another teacher. There's a lot of teachers tonight. So I was a teacher as well. That was absolutely my passion. And when I got into the classroom, things just looked and felt different than what I thought they would. My mind may have been challenged in other ways, but with some of the craziness of the children I taught, but my mind was never challenged, or I wasn't taught that I needed to grow personally. Okay, so in teaching we had personal development days, but that was really where we just learned more about new techniques in teaching and whatnot. So the whole idea that your mindset is what controls your business was literally life-changing for me. Life-changing. So it's helped in so many other aspects of my life besides just Arvon. And what a gift, because we are just going to continue as we get older. You've heard, just from the stories tonight, things in life happen. Life happens as you get older. And when you have a strong mindset and you have the tools to know how to deal with those things in life, you're going to be more successful. It's just going to happen. So whatever your hesitation is toward getting started, just think back to that Napoleon Hill quote, whatever the mind can conceive, you will achieve. I may have misread that, but it was to that degree, you get the point. So think, where is my mind right now about me? So start with, how do I feel about myself? Because that's really your core of what's going to expand in your business. Is going to start with how you feel about yourself, because we really have to start with us in order to succeed. And success can be defined on many levels, and I want you guys to know that. So by success, I don't necessarily mean a dollar sign in this business. Success could mean I've been in my Arvon business for 2 years, and I now see that I am worthy to deserve this opportunity. That's success in our business, 100%. What is your mindset? What is your mind conceiving about just the business opportunity, about network marketing? What preconceived ideas do you already have? I know some preconceived ideas that I had. Basically, I literally thought the person who introduced, who happens to be my best friend, I literally thought that she sold lipstick so she could make more money to buy her own makeup. She was always just really pretty, So I'm like, okay, well, that's what you do in these businesses. That is wrong. Or else I would not be here, because while I like makeup now, that wasn't really my drawing factor to start my Arvon business. I love the idea of choices. And so once my mind could conceive that, which it really didn't take long, because I had a big picture painted for me right away, and you guys have had a very big picture painted for you tonight. So I had that same big picture painted right from the start too, and I was able to quickly have a shift in my mind as to what this business could offer not only my family, but now you see so many others. And once I could conceive that idea, I knew I could achieve it, because my mind was okay with it. And so then I could go out and just really become the best me. And so that's what Arvon is. I mean, in such a nutshell, I think it's just truly becoming the best you. And in the process, when you're becoming the best you, how many other people are becoming the best them, right? So if, Dina didn't decide to get out of that jumpsuit in the dark circle, the dark room she was, inputting her data into, then she wore this onesie zip up sort of. I love you. But you did share that with us, so I'll bring it again. It's a good mental image, because if she was brave enough to get out of that, then that place that she was in, if she was brave enough to do that and become the best her, because I know that's in your eye on Arvon, you were waking up the sleeping giant that was inside of you. So that took being brave, right, and becoming the best her, then that allowed all of us to become the best us. And how many more people can we influence in that way? And that is why I say, when you realize that this business is more about personal development, it is life-changing. That's why I said that, because it really is. There's the old con, that's my nickname, Con. Feel free to call me that. So the old con would say, this is just so, over the top, like life-changing, really, but I've grown. So that's exciting. And we can all be that person if we want to be. It's so much more fun to dream, right, than to be in reality. And so we're allowed to dream in Arbonne, and people don't frown upon that. And that's big, you know? And so as you become more of a dreamer because you see the possibilities that are available to you and that you can achieve, you really quickly start to notice those who don't dream, or maybe have, like Jeanette was saying, oh, but those are goals, like to pay off your debt. That's a goal. Like, what's your dream? And you quickly see that shift. And we can help others to have that shift too. Because like I said, it is more fun. And in Arbonne, we have fun. So that's a really big, you know, part of this business is not taking ourselves too seriously, as you can tell by tonight. You know, we just enjoy it, but we're professional too. And so it's just such a perfect blend. And so, I'm ready. My final quote. All progress begins with a brave decision. So what is your brave decision? You know, and it's scary to be brave. It is. I know that. And I've, you know, worked with so many new consultants who they feel it too, because we all felt that. Everyone who started their business felt scared. I guarantee you, almost everyone. And because there's just something inside of us sometimes that I think we just think, is this too good to be true? What if we fail? You know what? Like in our business, you don't fail. You don't fail in our business. That's the truth of it. You're going to be loved no matter what. But you have so much room for growth. So instead of thinking, what if this doesn't work? You go to sleep tonight and think, what if it does? Because that was the thought that kept me awake, that kept me excited. I didn't have children at the time when I started my business, and it was like I had new life inside of me. And so all progress begins with a brave decision. And I want you to know, in Arbonne, we praise progress, not perfection, because none of us are perfect, but we can all grow. So to guests, to brand new consultants, to seasoned consultants, you know, just take that little nugget with you, pass it to someone else. There's someone else who wants to be brave too, and maybe just needs that little bit encouraging factor, or, you know, person to help them to have that little push to say, you know what, you can do it. Go post this, I'll post it on my Facebook page tonight and share it. How about you do that, right? Because that's a start. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
And that's it.
That's it.
We'll see y'all the first Tuesday in April. Right? Know that date?
April
What is the
5th.
First Tuesday. What is it?
5th.
5th. Thank you.
Thank you.
April.
I looked at it today.
Anyway, thanks.
When do I get to come back?